Okay, now for this video I would like to explain how we could calculate the effective interest rate using two different ways. One is using the mathematical equation and the other one is using the Excel. So in order to calculate the effective interest rate, you need to use this equation. I is equal to 1 plus R divided by M to the power of M minus 1, where I is the effective interest rate for any time period. R is the nominal interest rate for the same period as I. This is really important. You have to be really careful. We need to talk about this in just a second. M is the number of times when interest is compounded in period specified for I. So I'm gonna just highlight something here. As you see, if you're doing the I interest of the I effective or the effective interest rate, we need to make sure that we have the nominal rate for the same period. And I will explain this in just an example, but these two periods should be matched to each other. So if we are doing an I effective for interest rate for 1 year, or the effective interest rate for the year, you have to have the nominal rate for the year. Other than that, you're gonna get a wrong number, and this is very tricky. And that we'll talk about M as well. It's very easy to find M. And also what we need to do here, we need to use Excel to calculate the effective interest rate, and this could be done by typing equal effect, open parentheses, insert the nominal interest rate for the same period as I, and then number of times interest is compounded, or you could do M. This table will help you to identify the M. Basically, this is an easy way to calculate M. So if we have an interest rate, effective interest rate per year, and the interest is compounded annually, the M is equal to 1. If the effective interest rate per year compounded semi-annually, that we have 2. So use this table as a guideline to help you find the number of M. If we have effective interest rate per year and the rate is compounded quarterly, that would be 4 periods. The financial institutions, they will charge you interest every or 4 times a year. Monthly, we have 12 months a year, so the interest rate will be charged 12 times. If we're having an effective interest rate per year and the interest is compounded weekly, how many the institution will charge interest? 52 times a year. Daily, we have 3065. So this is an easy way to find the M value. So you need to identify how often the interest rate is charged on unpaid balances. And this table will summarize what is the value of M. Okay, let's take an example here, a quick example, an easy example. For an interest rate of 12% per year, determine the effective rate per year if this rate is compounded weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annually. So if we're doing weekly, the nominal interest rate per year is 12, as mentioned here. They're saying, first of all, you need to read the question. If an interest rate of 12% per year, determine the effective rates per year if this rate is compounded weekly. So once you see the compounded word, you have to think about it. This is not the real. We have to find the effective interest rate, which is mentioned in the question. You have to do it. You have to determine the effective interest rate. The effective interest rate, if it's compounded weekly, you have to find the nominal interest rate per year, which is 12%. How many times they charge? They charge 52. So I is equal to 1 plus R divided by M to the power of M minus 1. And that would give you a 12.73 if it's compounded weekly. If it's compounded monthly, the same thing. The difference is the number of periods that the interest rate is compounded, which is 12 here if it's compounded monthly, and that would give you 12.68. If it's compounded quarterly, that would be 4 periods, and this would be 12.55%. Semi-annually, that would be 2 periods per year, or they charge interest twice a year on the unpaid balances, and that would give you a 12.36 or 36. As you see, these all the numbers, the effective interest rate is higher than 12%. It is close to 12%, but it is higher because this is the more accurate, this is the true, this is what they charge. They advertise for 12%, but actually what they charge these values, whether 12.73 or 12.68 or 12.55% or 12.36. And also you could use the interest rate, and so you could type equal on Excel, as you see in this screenshot, equal effect open parenthesis 12%, comma 2, and this is the number of years, and that would give you the 12.55. Or you could do 12 effect open equal effect open parenthesis 12% and comma 4. Now, sometimes we have nominal interest rates that don't match the period for I effective. As I mentioned, if you're going to apply the equation, the effective interest rate equation, you have to have the nominal interest rate should match the period for the effective interest rate, and this is not true. Sometimes we have a nominal interest rates that don't match, the period does not match the period for the I effective. And I did summarize this in two cases. The first case, when you have an interest rate that is shorter than the effective interest rate. So for example, just let's focus on this example. An interest rate is 1% per month compounded yearly, and you need to find the effective rate per year. So as you see here, for the nominal interest rate would be 1% per month. So the period is month, and what the question is asking for effective interest rate per year. So the month and the year, there are different periods. So what you need to do in order to find the effective interest rate for the year, you have to find the nominal interest rate for the year, and this could be calculated by 1% times 12 months. We have 12 months per year, so that would give you a 12% nominal interest rate. And now once you have the 12% nominal interest rate per year, you use this value to find the effective interest rate using the equation that we just discussed on equation 3.1. Now, in order to find the nominal interest rate, is simply multiply the interest rate per period times the number of compounded period. Here's another case where you have the nominal interest rate is given with a longer period than the needed for the effective interest rate. Okay, let's take a look into this example. An interest rate is 8% per year compounded semi-annually. Find the effective rate semi-annually. So the nominal interest rate is given as 8% per year, and the effective interest rate, we're asking to find the effective interest rate semi-annually. So the year and the semi-annual, they're different. Year is more than a semi-annual. So what we have to do, we have to find the nominal interest rate for the semi-annual by dividing the 8% by 2, and this would give you a 4% nominal interest rate for the semi-annual period. And then the 4% is ready to be used in the equation, the effective rate, the effective interest rate equation, and this way you could find the effective interest rate. Okay, let's take an example here, very quick example. If the interest rate is 2% per month, determine the nominal and effective interest rate per period, per quarter, and B per year. Okay, for the first part of the question, per quarter, now we're asking per quarter, but the nominal effective rate is given per month. So what we need to do, we need to match these two periods in order to find the effective interest rate. So first of all, we need to know how many months in each quarter. There are 3 months in each quarter, so the nominal interest rate for these 3 months would be 2 times 3, that would be 6%. And now you could use this equation, I equal 1 plus R divided by M to the power of M minus 1 to find the I effective interest rate. And this will give you, after you do this, the mathematical equation and the math, you will find a 6.12%. And then also you could use Excel at 6%, and R, or the N period, would be a 3. Part B, find the effective interest rate per year. So what you need to do, the given is nominal interest rate per month. We know that there are 12 months per year, so you have to multiply 12 times 2. That would be 24% interest rate, nominal interest rate per year. You use this 24% in this equation right here to find the effective interest rate to be 26%. Now I'm going to end this video here with this question, and I will do another video for the continuous effective interest rate, continuous compounding continuously. Thank you, and I will see you in a little bit in a different video. Thank you.